Hello everyone, welcome to another segment of Success at the Bar Finals. I hope you had a great week. So I just want to say thank you to all those that have subscribed to my channel. I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you to those that have liked. Thank you to viewers. So today we want to talk about something very important, which is your MCQ exams, your multiple choice questions examination. So it comes immediately after your externship. Within 2 weeks after your externship, your MCQ exams come, and this exam lasts for 1 hour. So you take all the courses, the 5 courses, within 1 hour. So each course has 20 questions, and you need to treat 100 questions in 1 hour. Wow, that is worth preparing for. Okay, so let's talk about how you prepare for your MCQ. So you read your notes, you read your textbooks. You're not just reading like, oh, I'm going for an OBJ exams. No, MCQ is about details. When you are preparing for your MCQ, make sure you give attention to details. Example, like the number of days of filing, the number of days of anything about number of days. You really need to take important notice of it, because those are the kind of things they test in MCQ. They don't ask general questions, they ask specific questions. So while reading your textbook, while reading your notes, while making your notes, please pay attention to details. It is very important. Another way you have to study for your MCQ is going through past questions, going through past MCQ questions. Familiarizing yourself with past questions helps you to know the pattern of questioning, how they ask MCQ questions. It helps you to know them. And then, they ask questions in such a way as to confuse you. So your English comes in here. When you revise your past question, you familiarize yourself with how they ask questions, and then at that point you need to know that you have to slow down and really understand this question, what it means. Okay, so also when you're revising for your MCQ exams, you need to time yourself. The exam is for 1 hour. So I believe that if you are revising for the exams, you need to give yourself a lesser time, like maybe 45 minutes, at most 50 minutes. If you can finish 100 questions in 50 minutes and you go over it for about 5 years past question, and you can finish 100 questions in 50 minutes, I think you will be a little prepared for the exams. Although you can see maybe in the exam the question may actually be more or less, although it's not going to be more than 100 questions, but maybe the options will be more and it will take you more time. But if you had prepared yourself and timed yourself within 45 minutes, some people even do it 40 minutes or at most 50 minutes. Time yourself. Preparing for an MCQ exams without timing yourself is more or less a waste of time. So please, you need to time yourself. Make sure you try and finish up within 50 minutes, so that when you get into exam hall, you will be able to manage your time and cover the 5 courses. So your MCQ exams is the 5 courses, 100 questions, that's 20 questions per course, and you need to go through it in 1 hour. That is why you need to time yourselves. So in going to the exam hall, the most important things is your writing materials. During my time, I was advised to sharpen both edges of my pencil because you have to shade. So you go with at least 2 pencils, sharpen both edges, so that you will not even waste time in, oh, I want to sharpen my pencil in the exam. There is no such time. Go with your pencil, go with your biro, go with your eraser, sharpen 2 edges of your pencil, so that you will just be shading, and if one edge is faint, you can just quickly turn to the other edge, so that you will meet up your time. There is no time to waste. Okay, in answering your questions, actually, you go into exam hall. You use one sheet to actually shade, one computer sheet to shade. So each course has been divided into number 1 to 20, number 1 to 20. So what you need to do, you have to be very careful. Some people make the mistake of shading civil in criminal space. So what you need to know is that when you get your question paper and your computer booklet where you're going to shade, it might not actually be the same sequence that is in the question paper that is in the answer booklet. So if you get your question paper and you intend to start with civil, please look carefully in the computer sheet where civil is, so that you will not mistakenly go and shade property while you intend to answer civil question. A lot of people make this mistake, and please go into the examination hall with that consciousness, so that once you pick your question paper and your answer booklet, you immediately scan through where is civil, where is criminal, so that when you are shading, you will know that this is where you are supposed to shade. My dear, if you make that mistake of shading a particular course in another space, it's actually very fatal, and there is nothing you can do about it. When you are reading your questions, any unfamiliar question, please skip. Okay, by rights, there are 100 questions you're supposed to finish in 1 hour. It means you're supposed to spend at least 30 seconds in a question, and at most 1 minute in a question. If you read a question and in 30 seconds you don't seem to understand, please skip to another question immediately, because after studying your past questions, you must have been familiar with some topics and you must have been familiar with some questions. So when you see there may be some questions that you can answer within 15 seconds, and there may be some questions that after 30 seconds you don't understand it, please skip. So that when you go through 1 to 20 in the 5 courses, you can now, and you still have about 10 or 15 minutes left, you can now go over the ones that you didn't know. By then, I'm sure it must have been clearer by then, so you can shade. Please, it's about managing your time. This is one thing about MCQ. Some people may shade 4 courses, and then they don't have time to shade the 5th course. The thing is that if you leave any course untouched in your MCQ, if you like, answer 80/80 in your main exams, it is fail. So that is why you have to manage your time. Sometimes, actually in my exam, what I did to maximize my time was that I answered 1 to 15 civil, 1 to 15 criminal, answered 1 to 15 all through my 5 courses, and when I had a little time left, I went to complete the 5, because it is better to answer number 1 to number 15 in the 5 courses than to answer number 1 to 20 in 4 courses and the last course is blank, because that is a failure in that course, which you don't intend to have. So that is the skill in answering MCQ questions. By the time you do this, you actually know that you may have some time left to go over the questions you didn't answer, and also to make sure that you've gone through the 5 courses. Yes. So another thing is understanding your question. There's this tendency of, because you're keeping to time, you want to rush over it immediately. You just see a question, you think that you understand. My dear, calm down. Calm down and understand the question. It is in MCQ examination that you know that it is good to understand English. It pays to understand your synonyms, your antonyms, because the way they mix these questions is actually very confusing. So what do you do when you get this question? Even if it means breaking it down at a point, like there are some sentences that could be so long that you just need to understand it in bits. So what I did was, I will read when I see that a question is so long, I read the first part of it, I try to understand what it means, then I go over to the next part, I go over. It's actually very easier that way than to try to read the entire question and be confused, and then you go over to read the entire question and you still be confused. You're spending so much time. So what do? Immediately you see that a question is so long, you easily just, maybe you read through the first page or the first line, try to understand what they mean, then go over and now add it up like that. Before you know it, you understand what the question talks about. Then you go over to the options. Okay, and then that's just all about your MCQ exams. There are more, but then just make sure you study your past questions. It's not going to take your time. Study your past questions. When you are revising for MCQ, you are actually revising for the main exams. So it's not as if you're wasting your time. You are not wasting your time. When you revise for your MCQ and you're studying in details, taking notes of the days, the number of days, how many times you need to do something, because that's actually what they ask. In corporate law, is it going to be a special resolution or an ordinary resolution, and how many days? You know that if it's a special resolution, it's 15 days. Those are the kind of questions they ask. They test your ability to detect the details in each topic. So that's just all about your MCQ exams. I really hope that this video is of help to you. If you have any questions about MCQ or any other topic, feel free to ask in the comment section. Kindly share this video to all Part 2 students that you know that it will help, it will be of help. Subscribe for more so that whenever new videos come in, you can easily get a notification. I hope that you learned 1 or 2 things about your MCQ, and I wish you all the best. I wish you success, and I know that you will come out great, and we will share the testimony together. Thank you, and God bless you. Bye.